Good morning, I'm One Kidney Mike, and I donated a kidney in February of 2025, and now I'm training to climb all 27 peaks in Montana greater than 12,000 feet to prove that kidney donation doesn't slow you down. And I'm here at the Dearborn Trail, about to embark on climbing Steamboat Mountain East. It's just another peak on the Steamboat Ridge that's obviously east of Steamboat, which I attempted last week and almost got there, but kind of ran out of time. This first part of the trail, about a little over a mile, is on private land. Evidently, they've worked out a easement agreement for people to just follow the trail to the actual public land, Forest Service land. Well, I walked by that cairn, which is actually marking this very small trail, which goes up the mountain. So the main trail just kind of goes along the valley, along the Dearborn River. This is not really even marked on any of the topo maps. I'm following a GPS track that was done on Peak Bagger, which is where I get a lot of the information about the mountains from. This is where I begin the majority of the ascent. It's 3,400 feet in 3 miles. It's over 1,000 foot a mile. Pretty steep grade. Well, so far this has been a pretty good trail. You saw how steep that one part was, but after that it kind of has leveled out and just been more of a steady incline, which is nice. I'm sure I'll probably have a few more really steep parts. This is a really nice view right here. Great place. Take a rest. Looks like I'm gonna go up through this little notch right here on this cliff face. So that'll be pretty cool. Pretty impressive view. Too bad it's hazy. Well, I believe that's Steamboat Mountain East. I've been losing the trail, but it's not been a big deal because it's been pretty open. It's starting to look like there might be quite a bit of snow over here, at least more than I was expecting. I really hope that not bringing my snowshoes wasn't a mistake. It looks like these snowfields are getting bigger and deeper. Like this one right in front of me looks like it's probably ankle to waist deep, judging by those trees. You know, I can just walk around this one and we'll have to see if we can keep doing that. Well, it looks like I've come to the first snowfield that I'm gonna have to cross. It looks like it goes up quite a ways. It looks like it drifted, so it's probably pretty deep. I guess I will just try and cross. We'll see how this goes. Bring you along with me. And we'll try right here. Well, so far it's been, oh, there. So far so good. So it's pretty consolidated. I'm just walking over top of it, which is nice. Oh, well, that part didn't consolidate. I thought I was safe too, because I could just see these rocks right here. I was like, oh good, I'm right there, so even if I fall through, I'm just gonna be a few inches. Well, that was certainly more than a few inches, but it wasn't bad. I can tell that it's gonna be deep right there. I've looked around, there's not really another way around. I am kind of noticing that if I'd have stayed on that other side, it looks like it was pretty clear way over there, because I would have been able to go all the way up that side. So on the way back down, that's the way I'll go. This, there's been clear spots like this, but then there's where it drifted pretty deep. And so we're going to attempt to get across this and continue on. This is slowing me way down though. Another snow field. You can see how deep that is right here. Just wind dug it out. I'm going to try and go below it. All right, well, I'm trying to make a decision because there's the peak right there. And as you can see, there's this snowfield. And I could go from here to the over and then across this way and then up that way. Or it looks like may have a completely clear path over that way. A little more steep. I guess I'm gonna try this way. Okay, I just got up here. It's very windy and the view is absolutely gorgeous. I am going to just get a little video of it to show you and then get down out of the wind. I was kind of getting a little tired of that wind, so now I'm just getting in the shadow of the peak here, and I'm gonna eat my chocolate bar and then decide what I'm gonna do next. Look at all these ladybugs. Okay, I made the decision on what I want to do, and instead of going west on the ridge, which is that way, I'm going to go east on the ridge, which I'm going to go over to that point over there, and I'm sure that it's going to have an absolutely fantastic view out onto the prairie. I'm going to try and cut across here instead of dropping down and going around and then back up. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully it's not too bad. Well, right now it's consolidated, so I'm just walking right on top of it. Well, that went pretty well. She was able to walk across, didn't really fall through anywhere. Now we're gonna continue up. It should just be pretty simple now. There's no snow in the way. I made it to the next little peak, ridge, whatever it is. Technically it's not a peak because it doesn't have enough prominence from over there at Steamboat Mountain East. I will say though that the view is probably better. Just look at this. And this is actually what you can see when you're out there in the plains driving this way. You see, you know, these steep cliffs right here. You know, and then on this side too. And it's just absolutely spectacular. A little windy, but, and then if it wasn't so hazy, you could see so far. This is just absolutely gorgeous. Oh, and there's a marker here, actually. USGS marker. So I'm gonna be heading back down now. This was awesome. And I made a peak, which is great. And then a second dairy one with a better view. I was noticing that there were some tracks up here, and judging by these little marks right here, they look like claw marks. I'm pretty sure these are bear tracks. They're pretty old, so don't really have to worry much, but there was a bear up here. It was a little deeper than I thought. Not too deep, it was about knee deep, no big deal, but I was expecting it to be a few inches deep. Well, there are my footprints right over there. So I've met back up with where I kind of deviated from the track, which is good. I've met back up with my trail, and it was actually a lot easier. I only had to walk across that one knee-deep spot that I showed you, as opposed to when I went through that way. I ended up having, along that ridge there was lots of drifts in between the trees, and it would get way steep at times. Didn't get too far from where I crossed, and I came across these tracks. I missed them the first time I came by, but that right there is definitely a bear track, and it was going that way. And they're old. Well, I'm at the last snowfield I have to cross, or the first one I did cross. This was where I sank right there before the end, but was able to walk across the rest of it. Now I wanted to kind of film how the prints look, because I was wondering, well, maybe that those prints of the bear are newer than I'm thinking. But when you look at these prints, they definitely look a lot more fresh, because they are. They were just a few hours ago with me going across. And so the sun hasn't, you know, melted around it or melted them too much to make it seem like those other prints with the bear. Because I was thinking, well, what if that bear was going across that snowfield because I was coming and it was just getting out of the way? But I don't think that's what had happened. This is pretty steep. Going up is a little bit easier than going down, just because now I'm slipping as I go down. I was slipping while I was going up, but slipping while going down just makes you go down faster and uncontrolled. Well, I'm almost back to the trailhead, and I think that this was an excellent hike. The weather was absolutely gorgeous. It was pretty windy at the top, but other than that, it was just perfect. This went really well. I feel really good. Obviously, I need to get more leg strength, so that way I can do some more of that rugged terrain, because those 27 peaks are going to have a lot of that. The total mileage I have right now is 11.2 miles. There's still at least another mile back to the trailhead. The elevation gain was, according to my watch, a total of 4,600 feet. And I hope that you enjoyed watching. If you'd like, please subscribe. And I hope you have a great day. I was just up there about 4 hours ago. Pretty awesome.